Happy Monday. It's Ryan at Granny Shifting.
And I'm Jason.
At Granny Shifting. And this is minute 11.
Wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's Jesse from the original Fast and the Furious, and you're listening to Granny Shifting, the Fast and Furious podcast.
Minute 12
Why am I a minute behind?
of Fast 5.
Fast 5. Here we go. So they get the car off of the train in a very peculiar way.
What word was that?
Peculiar.
Peculiar. Yes, I would say. You know how I said those winches? Well, should I jump ahead? No. All right. So we get a shot of the driver. And what do you think's going on here? The guy's wearing a full ski mask and like goggles. I mean, he's like Mad Max styling it.
Well, there's no windshield, so he's got to be protected.
Okay. That makes sense. He's got a lot of dust flying in his face. Now, they show somehow at some point they hooked the winches up to the car, and the winches appear to be hooked to straps, which appear to be hooked through the wheels. Okay, good option rather than putting a cable through the wheels, because you don't want to break the wheels. If you're going to drag it, you're going to want to do it gently.
Right.
Now, if you remember when that gate flipped down, it was at like a 10-degree upward angle.
Yeah.
Now when we get this side shot, it is not at it is flat.
He hits a button. The driver hits a button.
Oh.
And something happens.
The whole truck is tilting. I thought this was like some bogus thing they didn't explain. So if he hits a button, it must raise the right side of the truck up, which lowers the angle of that ramp to match the train. So it must have like hydraulics on it or something.
Yeah.
That's
so
some
here,
fancy suspension.
Bam. Hits a button.
Oh, and it lowers that gate.
And it lowers just that side, and it like extends it, or like,
I think
or it just gets closer. So now the ramp.
But the train is actually like still 6 inches higher than that. So when they drag this car off, it's going to drop. Now, this shot here that you paused on, you can see that strap going through the wheels, and they have it hooked a good way. Like, I wouldn't recommend hooking to the wheels.
Right.
But they hooked it through the wheels and behind the hub. Do you know how long that would take to run that strap through?
Yeah.
That would be so annoying. You got your brakes, and then you have your like dust guard on your brakes.
Well, this one looks like it's just through one spoke, doesn't it?
Or maybe two.
Like this one looks like it's going from
behind
one side of the brake or one side of the wheel to the other. Like it's going behind all that stuff you just mentioned.
Yeah, and then you're gonna bend your like dust cover over, and that's gonna be dragging on your brakes. That's gonna be really annoying.
On the front, it's gonna turn your steering. Off. Yeah, I mean it's just like
these
unless
winches,
you do it real slow. If you do it real slow, it might be okay.
Yeah, if you pull it real slow. And how many minutes do you think it took them to reel these winches in here?
Wrong.
Okay.
Whatever you guessed was just wrong.
It was about 1 second. Whoosh, instant. World's fastest winches. Every Jeep owner needs to look into these. So fast. The car slams against the stops on the other side of the trailer, and then the car lifts up 12 inches in the air because it slams so hard it like tips and then boom, bounces back down.
With Vince in it.
Oh, Vince is in it. This must be the car he's choosing.
All right.
Now, somebody needs to unhook those straps, which nobody's on that side of the truck. Oh,
it's
wow.
automatic.
He's got the driver has a button that automatically releases the straps. Okay, before we get too far.
Okay.
This car actually looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
From what we saw
like
before.
A Countach almost.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
Yeah.
But it has a little bit of like 70s muscle car vibes. The sort of larger back end slanted to a pointed nose.
Yeah.
But then it's got sort of that European style from the 80s in it.
Oh, yeah.
It is, I don't know where I saw a soft top on one of these cars. This car is not a soft top. It doesn't have it's not a convertible.
Oh, in the first shot, you thought it was a convertible?
I thought, unless that was another car.
Could be another one.
But it's got like the pop-ups. And these wheels actually look good from this angle. Straight on, I wasn't a fan, but they have like lips on them.
Yeah, especially the back ones.
So this is a Pantera DeTomaso. I think these came with a Ford V8 in them. I think they had like a...
Oh, really?
A 305 or something. Look that up.
I wonder what years. What is that? GTS?
Pantera DeTomaso.
Oh, GT5. Okay.
GT5.
1984 Pantera GT5.
Sweet. And it's all black, windows tinted, and the wheels are
Look at the door handles.
polished.
Like, where are they?
It's just a clean looking car. It's not
This
crazy.
one doesn't look quite the same, but
Yeah, it's got its pop-ups up and a wing on it.
yeah.
That's the same car.
Original price was less than 10,000.
Nah.
That's what it says. Yeah.
No way.
5.8 Dearborn.
Oh, okay. I thought they had Ford V8s in them. Apparently not. Maybe not this model. It's cool looking. It has 928 vibes, right? Porsche 928 or like a 944, like the
Is
80s
that the
Porsches.
cheap one?
Yeah,
Is that the cheap, like
Yeah,
poor
the
man's
80s.
Porsche?
Yeah. But this one, it's better looking.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe because it's all black and tinted and the wheels look good.
Yeah. You
I don't
can. Excuse me. You can hide a lot of stuff with some black
It's
paint.
definitely not a GT40 though.
No.
And it's like one of those cars that if you picked up your girlfriend in, she'd be like, "Why are you driving this old car?" Right?
Yeah.
And not like a GT40 where like everybody like, "Whoa!"
It does look cool though. So
I like
somehow they have so what they're doing to get this car off the truck. Now the truck has more hydraulics. And it's a ramp.
It's a
what do you
flatbed,
rollback
flatbed.
Yeah.
And so he unstrapped it. The car's not strapped at all right now, and he tilts the trailer back, and they're going what? Trains are fast, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's crazy if you think about 80.
Yeah, and he's not rolling back at all. How's he sitting still?
Vin must be on the brake. Vince.
But still, it's like it's gonna roll some.
Yeah.
I mean, just from gravity.
So he lowers it. The ramp hits the dirt, and he backs it off.
I'm guessing he's in.
He better be ready to raise.
Neutral?
He better be in a good gear because
So-
if you're in the wrong gear,
So he rolls off. I'm trying to think of what gear you'd want to be in.
depends. Do you think they're going 80? Like I feel like passenger trains go 80.
Well, this was a passenger train.
Right.
I mean, it was both. Yeah.
But there's no way that truck's
But
actually
he's
going
going
80.
forward. Okay. So he is going forward now.
So he already had it running.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
started
he's-
right before they backed it off.
I mean,
this
he's
truck
driving
is
fourth
freaking
gear.
outfitted. This crazy, all the stuff this truck can do. It is made specifically for this.
I think that'd be a good job if you worked for like Fast and Furious and they're like, all right, we need you to build. It's not like a lot of times I feel like they just were like, hey guys, we need some cool cars.
Right. Yeah.
We need a really clean Pantera that we're going to drive and drift through the desert and through bushes and dirt and sand.
Right.
Who wants to let us? Oh, you can use my car. I want my car to be in a movie. Right?
Yeah. They have to pay a lot for that.
So I do want to comment on that in a second. But yes, so
but
the
how
car's
does
off
his
the ramp.
wheels go from turning backwards to forwards so quickly?
I mean, you hit the dirt. They just gotta, right? You're on dirt, so.
So you just
Pedal
pedal to
to
the metal
neutral
once you like
Or
hit the
clutch. Clutch is in. It'd be the same as like popping your clutch rolling down a hill.
dirt. Yeah, I guess so.
Hopefully he's in the right gear. Yeah.
So he puts it into second, looks like,
Or fourth. It's got to be fourth.
and he takes off. Why? Why
Yeah.
not just stop? Where's he like?
Right. That's what I'm wondering.
Why is he flying over
You guys are
bushes
stealing.
and
You're stealing cars to make money.
yeah,
You're not like trying to get away from the cops.
right.
Not yet, at least. But he's literally drifting through the sand, hitting bushes, over bumps. It looks cool, but that car's getting rock chips. And
Yeah.
what if he doesn't know if there's a big ditch and wrecks this thing?
Right. Why not just
He's risking
slow it down
damage.
where you're at?
I know.
And
That's what
just-
I thought.
And he's riding almost parallel to the train, it looks like. Why not just, like, if you're going somewhere, just go straight away from the train?
Or stop and don't make dust for the conductors to be like,
Yeah.
wait, I knew we were carrying some high-end cars. Why is one driving next to us right now?
Right.
What's this weird-looking truck doing?
And we know that there are some FBI agents on this train.
Yeah.
All right. So, Scarf Guy,
Boss man.
Boss Man, El Jefe, was going to go for the GT40. That's the next car out.
Yeah.
And Dom stops him and says, "Ladies first," meaning Mia gets to take the GT40.
Yeah. And the other guy had already called it. He said, "I'm taking the GT40." And she walks. It's a right-hand drive GT40 too.
Yeah,
That's
why?
pretty cool.
I guess is that how they started?
Weren't they right-hand drive
Ford.
in Ford versus Ferrari?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
you know what though? That reminded me. So it's so.
that is my favorite movie.
I know. I feel like we talk about how much you like it.
You need to watch it. The cinematography in it is amazing.
This is how my mind got there already. Okay, because you're referring to your remarks on City of God.
Yes,
and we talked about City of God.
Yeah,
I finally watched City of God after 15 years of you talking to me about it.
Yeah,
and you know what just came out?
What?
A City of God show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
on what?
It's called City of God, and then it has like a subtitle. I forget what it's called. I forget where it is. But
you really don't have your facts in a row here.
It's like continuing the story, and like you can see I only saw the thumbnail, and the main guy there is holding a camera. Like I think it's supposed to be the same. I don't know if it's the same actor, but it's definitely the same character.
Ah, that's cool.
From the first one. I should just look that up right now.
Do you think I should rewatch City of God before I start the show?
You're gonna have to pay $3.95 unless you pay me
Disney Plus.
Pay me $1.50 to rent it from me.
No, I got a free movie rental from On.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They ended their $10 Venmo cards, and so now there's all these bogus gifts you get instead for the rewards.
So City of God.
Cidades de Deus. Is that Portuguese?
Yeah, for City of God.
HBO Max, I have that.
The fight rages on.
I have HBO, man.
Do you?
I'm signed in from... Somebody signed me in. You know what's so funny? We pay for Netflix.
Same guy.
Yeah. We have our own Netflix account. We don't share with anybody. We don't cheat like lots of people do.
Yeah. Dude, I've heard of people doing that, and I think that's just very distasteful.
I know. You would never do that, right?
Mm-mm.
You know what's crazy? When I go in my basement, our Netflix that's signed in our basement is your Netflix account.
Really?
Yeah. It must have just been signed out one time, and like... One of you guys are just like, I'll just sign in to get a movie on for the kids. Anyway, what's going on? What are we doing here?
I don't know. I was just looking up City of God, and it's the same actor that plays Biscupe or whatever.
That's
Biscopi
cool. I have to check that out. I wonder if it's good. What's the IMDb rating on that show?
9.
9 out of 10?
7.5.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
For a show?
Yeah, that's better than most Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah. I don't even think... That's probably about where City of God was.
Look how old he is.
I bet the Rotten Tomato... He is old now.
Is that the same guy?
I bet he's done nothing since that movie came out. He was in some, indie film 30 years ago. And it got popular. And he's been, running around in the slums.
22 years ago.
And they probably paid him... $300 for the movie, and then somebody tracked him down and was like, let's do another one.
20 years after, here's the synopsis. 20 years after City of God, Biscope recounts how conflicts between police, traffickers, and militias impacted the community.
Is it a documentary?
I'm not sure.
It's a real story.
No, these people have names.
Maybe we should watch that at our summer screening.
We'll have that playing while we do our games.
All right, we got 15 seconds left here.
All right. So they're kind of arguing over her taking the GT40.
Yeah, the other guy really wanted the GT40.
Yeah, and now the other guy in their crew is arguing with Brian
in Portuguese.
Doesn't it seem weird how much they want the GT40?
Yeah, this would have been such a good car to have at Fuel Fest.
Oh my goodness! Why does they keep doing this? What are we at? 11:48.
Yeah, because you're talking about the Pantera as a $10,000 car. The GT40, I know. We were talking about it being right-hand drive.
Yeah.
I think in Ford versus Ferrari, so the idea was they bought the chassis off some company in Europe and then brought it over and built it with the Ford engine and then built suspension and turned it into a race car.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it came over right-hand drive.
Huh. Well, yeah, this one's right-hand drive.
I think I'm remembering that right. I don't know.
So I don't know if it's the same thing, but that's how. So Carroll Shelby.
Yeah.
He did what for the GT40?
I don't know. I'm not the guy. We got to call
He was in that
Shane
movie,
on
wasn't he?
I think so.
He wasn't the driver.
No.
He was like the mechanic.
Tom Cruise was the driver. Come on.
Tom Cruise was the driver?
Wasn't he?
Was he?
I think. What?
Christian Bale, I thought, was the driver.
Oh, is that? Oh, those are two different people. I always mix them up.
Christian Bale.
Oh, you're right. It was Christian
Okay,
Bale.
okay.
I don't even have to Google it. You're right.
Okay. So there was a car called an AC Cobra, which was a British company. Carol Shelby, this Porter hits hard, took that and made it into the Shelby Cobra.
Yes.
So maybe he did the same thing with the GT40. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. And don't take my lack of knowledge on this to judge the movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I've always never heard
my
about it.
My wife even enjoyed it. Yeah.
A period piece like that?
Yes. And I think you should watch it. I should probably watch it again because if you guys haven't figured this out yet, I don't remember movies. I don't remember details or actors.
Tom Cruise was a driver in a movie called Days of Thunder, which is a NASCAR movie.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
My wife's uncle had that. What was the company you said? That had the original
AC Cobra.
The AC Cobra. He bought it was like a 6-cylinder, whatever. Like they made those. Okay. It's just like, and it was because he loved the Ford Cobra, AC Cobra so much.
The Shelby Cobra.
Yeah. So he bought one of those when he was like younger because they weren't that expensive. And then when he made some money, he became a surgeon. So he had a little money.
Yeah.
He ended up buying a Shelby Cobra.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a 427. It was like a 350 or something. But he was actually in Road and Track back in like the 90s.
Oh,
with
really?
This car. Yeah. They did a whole like feature on him.
Really?
Yeah. And he had that thing for years. And then it got so valuable, he decided to sell it because he was like, I think he spent a good bit on it. I don't think I'm going to just announce it.
Okay. That's fine. I was going to look him up to see if that article still exists, but
we'll do that after the podcast.
I think they made a 327. Yeah, the Ford Cobra.
Maybe it was a 327. It was a white one. Look up white GT40.
Or Shelby Cobra.
Sorry, white Shelby Cobra.
With blue stripes?
I'm pretty sure it was white. Road and Track. Jack.
Oh.
Watch the article, just gives how it is.
Not Barry Robles.
No.
Because that's Road and Track.
All right, we can do this.
Yeah, we'll do this another time.
But yeah, he has a magazine too. Show me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, and then he bought a BMW Z8. Do you know what that is? He had a Z8 Alpina. Look it up. It's pretty cool.
That's not the hatchback. What was that?
The Z8. It's similar to like a Z4, I guess they are, but it's like a lot nicer. And then I think he spent like $100,000 on it, and then they shot up in value. And he actually had that when we went out and we took it to In-N-Out Burger. And he was like, "Yeah, I just don't drive it much anymore because like I bought this to have a nice car to drive around, but they're so valuable. They like shot up in value." He's like, "I can't even like leave it in a parking lot anymore. I have to worry about like."
Did they only make it in 2003?
There's like pretty rare, so he ended up selling that too. But he has a history of buying cars before they took off in value. But yeah, did we? Oh, wait, we got to finish this minute.
Yeah, let's finish it. Yeah.
Rock and roll, baby.
So they're arguing, but Mia's like, no, this car suits me better. I'm going to take it. So she gets
2 versus 1.
And the leader guy is kind of he just nods his head. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
So she hops in the GT40, excuse me. It starts rolling forward. This makes sense. She pulls up to the hole in the wall.
Yes. But what I was saying is luckily the hole wasn't between 2 cars. Then they wouldn't have been able to get it out.
Yeah, it would have taken a lot of maneuvering.
Yeah.
These train cars are long, too. They can fit this many cars in one. And I guess these cars aren't strapped down. Anyway.
Okay. So this article is from 2022. In 2018, the Z8, and this is a 2003 car. 2018, the car was worth $150,000.
Okay.
In 2022, the average value is $292,000. So almost double the value in 4 years.
That's not an Alpina either, is it?
No. Well,
yeah, Alpinas are even more rare.
Yeah.
He had an Alpina.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This here said, here's why the BMW Z8 is worth $200,000.
Yeah, he sold his for a lot more than that. I think they only made I don't know, 100 of them or something. The Alpinas, they were like white. It was funny because they're not that crazy looking.
No, it looks like a Z3, Z4.
But like BMW people,
it's just
it's like a car James Bond would drive.
Yeah.
But BMW people would know it. Like when we took it out, most people didn't bat an eye. I mean, we were in San Francisco, so there's like nice cars everywhere. But then there'd be every once in a while there'd be people like freaking out, taking pictures and stuff. And it wasn't very fast. It was a gentleman's car, you know?
Yeah, most of them sold in the last 5 years were between 200 and 250,000. Yeah. But some sold as high as 450,000.
Some cleaner models.
Yeah, some Alpinas.
Yeah. All right, that wraps up minute 12
of Fast Five. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
winning's winning.